Operation Hercules was the German code name given to an abortive plan for the invasion of Malta during the Second World War. Through air and sea landings, the Italians and Germans hoped to eliminate Malta as a British air and naval base and secure an uninterrupted flow of supplies across the Mediterranean Sea to Axis forces in Libya and Egypt. Extensive preparations were made for the invasion, but the success of other Axis operations, including the Battle of Gazala, the Axis capture of Tobruk on the 21st of June and Operation Aida, the pursuit of the Allies into Egypt, led to Hercules being postponed and then cancelled in November 1942. The Axis plan to invade Malta had its origin in Italian military studies conducted during Second Italo-Abyssinian War in the mid-1930s. By 1938, Comando Supremo, the Italian Army General Staff, had estimated the amount of sea transport it would require to move military forces into North Africa, and identified the seizure of Malta as a prerequisite. Knowledge of British defensive positions on Malta was extensive, thanks to meticulous aerial mapping by the Italians. 10 grouping of Junkers Ju-52 transports, with 500 aircraft, were allocated for the air landings, along with 300 DFS-230 gliders and 200 larger Go-242 gliders. The aircraft were to drop one Italian and one German airborne division onto the southern side of the island. The paratroopers had to secure the high ground behind the invasion beaches and seize a nearby airfield for Axis transport aircraft to land another division and supplies. Airborne units for the invasion included the German Fleet Division 7 plus the Italian 185th Airborne Division Folgore and the 80th Infantry Division La Spezia Air Landing Division, approximately 29,000 airborne troops. The seaborne assault force comprised 70,000 Italian troops who were to make amphibious landings at 2 points on the southeastern side of the island, in Slope Bay, the main effort falling upon a site named Famagostar Beach and a smaller secondary landing at Larnaca Beach. Amphibious feints would be directed at St. Paul's Bay, Malieha Bay and northwest of Valletta near the old Victoria lines, to draw British attention away from the real landing sites. The main assault convoy was scheduled to begin landing on Malta just before midnight on the first day, after the airborne forces had landed in the afternoon and secured the heights above the beaches. The bulk of the first wave assault troops would come from the Friuli Infantry Division and the Livorno Infantry Division of the Italian 30 Corps. The follow-up convoy would be mainly made up of troops from the Italian 16 Corps, the Osita Infantry Division, the Napoli Infantry Division, artillery units and the remainder of the 10th Armoured Regiment. The Superga Infantry Division plus a battalion of black shirts and 1,000 San Marco Marines were to be in position to land on the smaller island of Gozo in the early hours of the second day. 20 German Panzer III tanks were also offered for use in the invasion, but it is not known what unit these were to be drawn from. 2 days were allowed for the amphibious assault and landing of the follow-up convoy, though this was dependent on quickly securing Slope Bay to land heavier artillery pieces and a much higher tonnage of supplies. Lacking enough landing craft for an amphibious assault, the Regia Marina secured plans from the German Kriegsmarine to build copies of the Marineford from Taipei in Italian shipyards. 20 German MFPs were transferred to the Mediterranean via the River Rhone to make up for an expected shortfall of Italian-built landing craft. German-operated landing craft were sent to Italy via rail for the invasion, including 12 Zeeble ferries, 6 Type 39 Pioneer Landungsboote of cargo, 2 light vehicles or 45 infantry, unloaded via clamshell doors at the bow, 6 Type 40 Pioneer Landungsboote of cargo, 3 or 4 light vehicles or 80 to 90 fully equipped infantry, a company of 81 Sturmboote plus an assortment of large inflatable rafts. The Italians assembled a collection of other naval craft to transport the amphibious forces. The Italians also requested the use of 200 additional German Sturmboote to quickly transfer men from ship to shore. The Italian landing flotilla and the supporting ships formed the Special Naval Force under Admiral Vittorio Tua. Specialized landing equipment slated for Hercules included the Seeschlange, a floating ship-to-shore bridge originally developed by the German Army for Operation Sea Lion. the Regia Marina had to protect the invasion convoys from attacks by the British Mediterranean Fleet and provide gunfire support during the landings. Italian and German submarines were to scout for and intercept British naval forces attempting to interfere with the seaborne landings. The Italians were confident they could defeat any daylight incursions by the Mediterranean Fleet, especially given the Luftwaffe's ability to dominate the daytime skies, but there were concerns the Italian fleet would face serious difficulties if the British attacked at night. By March 1942, the set had been delivered and installed and a small group of Italian ratings had been trained in Germany on its use. The head of the Luftwaffe, Hermann Göring, opposed the invasion, fearing it would turn into another near disaster for his paratroops, as had happened in the invasion of Crete. With Hitler lacking faith in the parachute divisions after Crete and in the ability of the Italian Navy to protect the invasion fleet from British naval attacks, the plan was cancelled.